All right. Hello. Let's see if it's correct. Yeah, okay. Welcome back to Love Exalt. So I think we're near the end of this act. Let's see what's gonna happen. Last time, Officiary managed to win against Dancer somehow. Alright, let's see. Twilight encroaches. All the mass of this black metal ornament of our train is greedy for the heat of the dying sunlight. I slipped a jester in my pocket earlier. My skirt, I mean. She runs a paw through her bangs. Her blood is pumping like crazy. She can barely keep her tone even. Of course, it meant throwing that round, the one you were hopped on one foot. I could only play commons, so I was bound to lose. But throwing that one round, it won me the game in the end. Congratulations, Miss Officiary. Dead Ghost wiggles his chains around in wanton glee. Holy shit. You fucking did away with your opponent. You put her to sleep. You picked her up with both arms and dumped her ass first into the garbage can. Dancer's head is down. Her violet hair conceals everything. But I see underneath. Her expression is gnarled. A rotted whirl of black bark. Where was your miracle when I asked it of you? Fair. My lord, where is your miracle yet? Game set, you may both stand. Really magnificent match, you two. It was a pleasure to watch. The officiary stands up. Dancer stands up violently. Her chair scrunks. Oh, thanks for the follow. Her chair scrunks like a dying cow. What? Her feet reposition. Her paws are still. Sweat drips from her clenched jaw. Somewhere out in the clouds, in the hailstorm that still rages against the hull of the Ampo Express, there cries the solitary cry of a bird that has flown far, far higher than its normal altitude. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm really invested in the world building as well. Oh, nice. If I recall correctly, I think I saw in your profile that you play Waka. I'm kind of jealous because I'm quite a big rhythm game nerd. Ah, come on. Where is your miracle, foolish acolyte? You are my miracle. Damn. Oh, I got a message from Dancer. She lost. Oh, queer. How queer? So did I. Wait, Dancer is queer? Null tears her attentions from her key charm and leaps through the glitch hole into the kitchen. Deadgilds holds out the sugar bowl on a chain. The officiary takes it gracefully in her left palm and she turns to say a final word to Dancer. And before anyone can count to 3, oh god! Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts. That's gotta be Dancer, right? That's gotta be Dancer doing that. She used pirouette, right? Whoa, Nelly. Hey now, that's against the rules. You automatically lose this third rule game for that one, Dancer. Wow, I never saw that coming. Dancer lunges for the ball. Oh fuck. No! Her legs fly up and block her vision. Dead Girl's just caught her throat with a chain. Oh my god, is Dancer gonna die? She barrels over, hair, tail, and ears streaming behind her, and lands in a graceless clawing stance. Nuh-uh-uh, little dumbass killer. Remember the trial? Fishy gets a 5-minute head start. No one touches her. No one comes close to her. No one uses any abilities on her. A moment of dizziness. A moment where the officiary's eyes follow the curve of her shoulder and finds that it goes nowhere at all. Her arm is not there. That is all she needs to know. She's surmised the situation. The officiary springs into action. Yeah, run as far as you can, because I bet Dancer will be able to catch up in no time. She rips the tie from her hair and tourniquets the stump of her arm. With her fangs, she yanks it tight. The chat. Her voice is hoarse. How is it already hoarse? Has she been yelling during this game? Is it the shot? The officiary is gonna die. I failed to consider. Dancer crawls frantically up to a begging kneel and beseeches Dead Ghost like a pleading child. What do you mean 5 minutes? Let Healer come in. Only Healer. Oh no. Oh no. How about only fucking no one? You know the rule. You knew the rule. 5 minutes head start for whoever wins the sugar bowl. She crumples again. That wasn't a rule. It was only used one time. It was... Oh, I'm sorry. Did the reasoning behind it suddenly change? If everyone ambushes the winner right after they win, it invalidates the whole game. Just please let Chef Claus come close enough to help her. He can mix her wound shut. When the fuck have you ever seen Big Jeff Schmixin living matter? Good question. I mean, he did use mix on Mimi, but I don't think that counts. You're pathetic for trying to wiggle out of this shit, no. You severed her arm at the shoulder in an attempt to steal the sugar bowl. You thought she could be healed. Turns out, nah. Why didn't she have a head start then? The loser is allowed to stand and bow first. Pretty spinny curtsy. Dancer feels the urgency of these situations spike at random in her quivering heart. What I fail to understand is why Dancer cares about the officiary. Why does she care? She's a heartless killer. Why Dancer suddenly cares? She's not dead. We can still heal her. Please, in the name of God, let only Healer into this cabin. And walked back. Huh. You did this. Live with it. You're scared of Chef getting that bowl again, right? Then only healer. And I'll guard the door against... Only healer? Only healer? Not Chef? Only healer? Same thing, dumb fuck. Head start means head start. But I didn't know. I didn't know. Dead Ghost laughs with predatory satisfaction when he finally gets her to rise her slack monotone voice. He drops his constructed smile down low. The machine purrs. Guess she's gonna die then. Because you're a stupid, violent idiot. Everyone rushes into the kitchen at Noel's noble sprinting lead. The door to the dining cabin is locked and latched. Up high, too high to reach. What's going on? Fishy's hurt. We need to get up there. The door's locked. Suit's voice booms from the doorway. Everyone is trying to help the fishery. It's kind of funny because it's like everyone against Denser. Because Denser is just that much threatening. Fly forth. He throws Enki into the air. Gah! With Pet in her talons, she soars like a hero up to the latch. Pet yanks it free with a flick of his fanged jaw. It's open! Mimi, guard the kitchen. Don't let Dancer go anywhere. Put your bunny... Oh no. Don't trust Mimi with Dancer. Put your body between her and the exit at all costs. You're the only one of us who can stop Foxtrot. She can't phase through you. You're not made of living matter. Okay, I am guard dog, and please don't panic. Understood. They battle roll through the dining cabin, only for Dead Ghost to block their path forward. Enki and Pet curve and barrel roll to avoid his violently unraveling chain lengths. The passengers fan out in a semicircle around him, getting as close as they dare. I mean, Dancer is just threatening. Guardian is a bitch. Dancer is a genuine threat. She can... I think she's the only class that is built for combat in this entire, like, cast. She's the only combat class. Of course she's threatening. No one takes it a step further. Fishy's on her head start. There she is, crumpled, still breathing, in a pool of cyan, all the way across the room. Yeah. Where's her arm? 5 minutes, Dead Ghost. She's bleeding out. Healer lunges. Noxious ghastly chains snake through the air and yank Healer backwards, his claws dragging across the floor. Let me through! Fishy's gonna die! I hate chains. I can't be sure you want to help her. For all I know, Healer, you're just trying to get to the bowl. Fishy's was his ally. So, maybe he kinda doesn't want her to die. The official attempts to crawl into Healer's range, dragging herself by one paw. Hey, don't run that direction, boss. I'll have to move everyone further away to keep your safety bubble intact. This is horrible. The official is so gonna die. Because she's still bleeding. During the past 10 seconds, the passengers have already employed frantic rescue efforts, which I will now recap in a hot burst. 7 seconds ago, Imp neutralized the wild card. Really? I mean, he just wants chaos. Dead Ghost just wants chaos to happen, and he's having it right now. You fall through, huh? Dancer's vision cut to pitch black TV static. Her sense of touch has been drenched in a full body straight jacket of numb, tingly nothingness. Chef and Imp dragged her into the kitchen while she wept. Speed foremost on their minds, they hurried to post Noel on guard duty at her feet, where she still lays slumped against the wall. And 10 seconds ago, before anyone did anything, Enki landed on Suit's waiting claw. Chair, gauze. Get gauze. Pet, it's in the second cabin from the left, in the kitchen. On it. Now we're caught up. Presently, Healer grapples with Dead Ghost. Get your chains off me! You're interfering with me directly! I don't care about a head start. Let me heal her! I am not interfering. I'm enforcing the rules. We're in an active third rule game. Even if you found a stupid glitch escape from your inescapable loser pit, the Sugar Bowl is at play. I seem to remember you were arguing the exact opposite point when Guardian got her head start. Be consistent, Healer. Healer frees himself and burst away, breath hot. What even are you? He points at Dead Ghost and turns to the other passengers, eyes wild. What is this thing that took over the train? Is it a machine ghost? Is it a demon that mimics our speech? I already told you. I don't know. Everyone, rush him! He can't kill all of us or the hunt's wrecked. This seems suicidal. Mix sweat with Dead Ghost. Also remember, Chef needs to make contact with whatever he wants to mix. He said it himself. Everyone in the fear of the moment actually steps up and lunges forward behind Healer. Dead Ghost strikes them all in the same instant. I don't know, could work, could maybe not work. It could just phase out. They are rebuffed in midair across the cabin in a whip-snatch whirlwind of chains which unfold from inside him like a fragmentation bomb. Okay. Blast. Head starts means head fucking start. While you waste your time trying to defy me, your precious... What? Stewardess is dying before you before you all. Chef, I need Chef. Heat. Suit picks himself up. He clutches the chain-looped string of bruises along his what? I think that's a typo. Shoulder. Don't speak, miss. Save your strength. Someone get Chef. Chef flies back through the door from the kitchen, jacket swinging behind him, arm outstretched down to the floor, like he's winding up a bowling ball. Already here. He materializes a pot of scalding hot soup and hurls it across the floor to Fishy. Not too fast, not too slow. A little bit too... What? What? A little bit of English. Not a drop of steam, nor frothy liquid spills. While the soup spins, he casts a couple just rights on it. The fleet power of his high-level badge toasts the steel cookware up to plus 90 degrees hot before it slides to a stop at the officiary's waist. She dumps the soup out and presses the stump of her arm to wet it feels like pure pink molten metal. Once more, the room is filled with the scent of burning flesh. What? A howl of agony ruptures from her. Is when you spin on the pool ball. Oh. I didn't you. I never played pool, so I wouldn't know. Got the gauze. Ah! He trips on the threshold and tumbles head over feet paws. Healer catches pet. Imp snatches the bundle of gauze and, muttering under his breath, throws it to Fishy. Hurry, Fish! She rips it open with her fangs. Her heaving breath fogs the cellophane. Hold on, miss. Hold on. The officiary struggles to bandage herself with only one arm. Everyone toes around the semicircle of Dead Ghost's black aura, repelled from her. Huh. Interesting. Chloro jelly. We should have soaked it in chloro jelly. It's in my bag. I'll get it. Pet races off again, first still messed up from his stumble. 3 minutes left. Head starts half over. Fishy, you gotta do something before one of them rushes you down and steals your sugar. The pain has not dented her psyche at all. She spits back. Be silent. Keep the damn pressure on. The room slides further and further away from her. She pries the sugar bowl from her paw of her severed hand and holds it close to her chest. Got the chloro jelly. This little glass jar is gonna smash if we throw it over to her. And it won't slide across the floor. Not this shape. Someone pass me a small object. They are all trying to help her. I hope she doesn't die. With all their efforts. Her pencil soars tumbles in the air and dinks off his chest. He catches it with surprise. She's still so lucid and quick. That's heartening. Jelly jar in his free paw, he initiates a delayed cast. Pencil equals jelly. He tosses the pencil back over to her. It bounces precisely on its eraser and flies across the room, instead of landing within arm's reach. No, man! Give me something else. Someone! With the last of her strength, Fishy throws him her pocket watch. He can't catch it this time. It smashes against the hard wood floor, and the second hand jerks to a stop under the cracked glass. Good enough. He whips the pocket watch across the room, back to her, and once the delicate glass metal ornament crunches to the floor squarely within her arm's reach, Chef allows Mix to resolve. Yes! Thank you. Suit is shaking like a washing machine with a cinder block in it. Speak not, ma'am. Pray don't. Just tend your wound. Chef finds himself holding her smashed pocket watch. She fumbles for this tiny jar. Her aim is terrible. She can't unscrew the lid. Her fingers don't seem to know where they really are. 2 minutes left. The officiary scoops a palmful of faintly iridescent, translucent chloro jelly and soaks it into her bandages. Her involuntary scream of pain cannot be suppressed, but she suppresses it anyway. From the kitchen, as if triggered telepathically, a fresh wave of despair looses from Dancer's maw. Imp takes Suit's paw and squeezes it until he calms down. Enki is glad for a stable perch. Her detective finally relaxes a little bit. Well, what else? Somebody used their brain. There's gotta be something else we can do. Everyone is locked at the ready except Noel, who gave up immediately when she saw how bad the damage was. Huh. What else? It's been cauterized poorly, bandaged poorly. The wound's been sanitized with good jelly. How about a blood transfusion? Suit turns to Imp, eyes wide with wonder. What an idea. Where can we get a syringe? Imp points to his fang. Really now? Really now? Got to. Perfect. But they can't get close. At least not yet. It is the farthest thing from weird right now. It is absolutely necessary. I'll be on the blood donation team. I'm in too. Chef and Suit nod to each other. Hold on, we need the right blood type. What type are you, Fishy? The group looks on as if through a dark window at nightfall to see that the officiary is losing consciousness. Oh no. She is no longer capable of a response. Healer, can you just cast a check on her? That's one of your abilities, right? She clutches the bowl to her chest, glassy eyes fluttering, and she tumbles the lid of the sugar bowl open. Oh yeah, true, that is part of the rules as well. I forgot. Perhaps it's the part of her brain, starved of blood, that misfires. Perhaps her curiosity gets the better of her in this final weakened state. Or perhaps she's just thinking about a warm cup of tea, and she'd like a little sugar to go with it. Oh no, she's gonna die. Anyway, the true identity of the monster is revealed to her. She's careful not to look at Healer or at anyone else. Chef stiffens. He side-eyes Healer at a sharp downward angle. Hasn't changed anything. We still have to save her. It was a fire at Southern Brent. Yeah, no, we know that it was Chef that did that, right? Chef nods solemnly and faces forward once more. Healer's word is the final word for him. But Chef's side-eye suits now. The dragon's internal conflict is spelled in block letters all over his face. His stance is half forward, half back foot. I must read her mind now, Enki. Oh no. While I still can. I must invade her privacy, dishonor her, and betray her. I must. For the Bureau. Chef appears in front of Suit. He doesn't say much, just stands there, facing directly forward. We're not gonna have a problem here, right? Young Vulpine? Whatever do you mean? Chef places a firm paw on Suit's shoulder, like a good bro. He shakes him a little bit and laughs. You know what I mean, man. We're not gonna take that path. It's gonna cause a lot of trouble for you. Dancer knows you can read minds now. His pause returns to his pockets. That last sentence was an olive branch. Suit shuts his slack maw and takes the out with grace. Of course. Best not to make myself her next target. Yes, very well. 1 minute left. Everyone snaps to attention as Fishy speaks, soft and broken, pointing at her own chest. I hereby order you do not die unless you. No. I kind of called it, but it's still sad. She's dead. The bowl falls from her paw and clatters, ceramic to wood, against the floor. Each second ticks by like the echoed drips of a leaky faucet. Her pocket watch is silent. After a few meek, half-chested breaths, the fishery's lungs stopped moving entirely. The fishery is dead. God damn it. Healer's hind claws are prepared for lunge on all fours. Chef seems calm, but his mind is racing. He's got a cast ready and it's itching to pop. Yeah, he can't let anyone get close to Sugar Bowl. Imp has already filled his fangs with Suit's blood. If it's the wrong type, a rogue immune response might count as an element that Healer can heal. The head start ends in 5, 4. Right before Dead Ghost lowers his chains and whips off out of the way to allow full entry for the group, Chef allows his first mix cast to resolve. Yeah. Wait, what? The fishery's pencil, which has bounced far away, now swaps places with the jar of jelly on the floor beside her. And the pencil maintains its momentum across the room, like a skinny little missile. Alright, hope you enjoyed. The VOD will be posted later on my YouTube channel, if anything. The pencil pierces into the ceramic belly of the sugar bowl, and it sends it spinning and scuttering across the hardwood right into Chef's waiting paw. Of fucking course. 3, 2. He mixes the bowl and all of its contents into the floor. It looks as if his palm smashes the delicate little bowl flat into non-existence. Yeah, Chef has to do it. It is no longer possible to identify what was inside without the use of an archaic supercomputer known as the first machine. What? Which excels at reducing complex systems to their preconditions. The atoms of Healer's secret inside the sugar bowl have been topologically dispersed. 1. Imp and Healer tear across the cabin. Imp pounces on Fishy's throat and applies his fangs to her jugular. Head starts over. Suit slides into place next to him, neck exposed, ready for the next transfusion. Here. Chef tosses Healer her severed arm. Disgust never enters the equation. Urgent burning needs drowns it out. Healer catches the arm, skids into place, positions it for reattachments, fingers played. All this has happened in the space between heartbeats. Doc! Healer uses the ability Heal. 85% effective. That's decent. Ah! Imp pulls off, locks his maw into Suit's throat, fills up the tank, and drops down to to ferry the blood back into Fishy's body. Healer casts heal over and over again. Why? Why? I think I might understand more about this his mind than he does. It's because she looked inside the bowl. There's a part of healer that daily life in the world of people that has not yet eradicated. The most feral, base part of him, and the part that cares only for one thing, survival. The urge to hide, fight, run. The urge to escape capture. That urge betrays him now. It will not let him save her for fear of his own life, though he knows it not. He forgets about his stupid class type and shoves Imp to the side so he can straddle the fishery's stomach. He brings 2 paws down to her heart and throws himself into the first volley of emergency CPR. Suits sits in a dining cabin chair, pale and woozy, eyes stained red with a rash of tears. Chef's almost dry too. Imp siphons out the last drop of blood. Chef collapses to the hardwood. A quick heal from healer, without the customary flick of the wrist, brings Chef back to consciousness, but he still can't stand by himself. Mimi enters the room. Sip time. She drops 2 handfuls of juice boxes onto the table. Chef and Suit thank her softly. I do not know what to do. Was once a common folk man. What? Mimi lowers her head, brow furrowed. She clunks softly out of the room and returns to Dancer's side. Chef sews the fishery's cut sleeve back with Mix, his expression cold and somber. Thanks, Mimi. Healer is drenched in sweat. He's still pumping her chest as hard as he can. Tag off! Imp growls, wiping blood from his sore maw. You're starting to slow down. Fuck you. Another push. One more chest compression. This will be it. This one will bring her back. Healer. Oh god. Healer. She's... Oh! Wait, really? The fishery gasps awake. No fucking way we saved her. The light of the dining cabin blasts into her eyes. Her ears ring with demonic echo afterimage of a holy choir billion strong. Her soul has frostbite. The room shudders back into existence around her. Wait, aren't we forgetting something? Her mini rules said don't die. Will this count as dying? I fucking hope not. Just remember, her mini rule is not to die. Healer. Where's Healer? Where's Pet? They're both right here. Pet, who was curled up at her side, springs to his forepaws and hind legs, tail on end. Miss! You're alive! Chef, Suit, and Imp all stands in shock. They bring her into the kitchen. She looks to her left. Once her severed, now connected arm lies limp. She jostles her shoulder around a bit. It seems the 85% heal, effective heal couldn't rewire its motor function, but she's alive. Here you are, my softest passengers. Aww. My softest boys. She pulls Pet and Healer to her chest and as best as she can with her with one functional arm. Oh god, I was so scared. I was so worried. Yeah, he can't be scared. Ah, you both smell so good. Pet's giggle blend into tearful whimpers. Miss, I can't believe it. We really brought her back, guys. He looks up to the others. They haven't begun to smile yet. They're all watching Fishy. Pet looks back to her. She's shaking her head. Her smile is taut and pale. She puts him down. My loyal passengers, I'm sorry. She wipes her eyes with a few knuckles. Your efforts, they've been so valiant. You did a good job, all of you. I'm proud to have been in your service. And thank you for your loyal patronage. No, for your loyal friendship. Why are you still talking like you're dead? Wait, did I actually call it? Chef chucks a bunch of stuff off a snack trolley. Mimi cautions it with towels. Yeah, I think the officiary knows. She broke her mini rule. They wheel the officiary up to the platinum cabin. Mimi does not follow. She does not really know this woman. Not like the others do. Fishy's passengers all work as a team to get her upstairs as comfortably as possible. They're sick to their stomachs. Dead Ghost follows the whole way, vibrating in the dank distance of the walkway, peeking up from the bottom of spiral staircases. He never barks a word. Healer whispers to Chef, worried. Why won't he leave her alone? The officiary forces a smile. He's haunting me, Healer. She insists that she must knock on wood before they wheel her into the platy. They help her into the comfortable white bed. They help her settle onto her back, her dead arm laid across her chest. I still don't get it. Why? We saved her. The officiary gathers what remains of her strength. I'll tell you all now. Silence while I speak. Please. Yeah, she's gonna actually die. Chef and Healer stare into the backpack. Healer's blood patters softly onto the floor. Oh no. They are given the twin rule. Oh, it's a recap call. Yeah. It's gonna say, it's gonna recall a fisheries mini rule. Yeah. Don't stay together. Don't die. I'm still dead, you see. I broke my mini rule. Yeah. And we thought that her mini rule was the easiest, huh? None of you ever deduced it. How could you have? Don't die? I thought it was silly. Perhaps one of the better rules among us all. Impossible to deduce and quite prohibitive that's a word. But I see now. I see why I was given this restriction. The inclusion of a healer among my passengers was a boon to everyone but myself. The others could be brought back, but not me. If I was heartless, I should have targeted you, healer, to combat my disadvantage. Everyone but me had a second shot at life while you were in the game. Yes, I see why I was giving this restriction. It was an impetus to lay low, to keep my head down. But I stirred things up, like I always do. Bustle to keep everyone safe and good. Seriously? Your mini rule was don't die? Healer spins to face Dead Ghost in a whirl of ears and tail. What, healer? You know what I'm going to say. That she didn't really die? Exactly. She was out for 40 seconds, maybe less. That cannot count. Healer's lower lip begins to quiver. She wasn't... It's not fair. You know it's not fair. That can't count. Dead Goat sighs. He doesn't put as much exasperation and derision into it as he could have, but he still sighs. Healer. If a stopped heart doesn't count as a death unless it lasts for a while. That would mean Pat never actually received his punishment for breaking the first rule. Healer's face twists into a piteous, shocked frown. He turns it to anger, but he cannot force it to stay there. He glances at Pat, who sleeps on the officiary's chest. Pat's death wouldn't count anymore. That doesn't make sense. No, your logic is flawed. You don't really want to change our definition of death, do you? No. No, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. Thank you. Dead Ghost's chains extends and flows slowly through the air. He alone approaches the officiary's deathbed. The officiary lifts her badge into the cabin light and considers it. She has an unchecked notification that her most recent order was broken. Ah, I broke the rules. Dead Ghost hovers up to the foot of her bed like a sleep paralysis demon. She lowers her badge. The disc of gray metal falls away to reveal a disc of black steel with a big permanent grin. He purrs quietly, like an idling diesel engine. You ready to go, sweetheart? Lowercase. Haha. I don't want to yell right now. That ain't the vibe. Wow. Am I ready to go? No. I'm not ready. Will I ever be ready? Hail patters softly against the window. The officiary turns her head on her plush soft white pillow to look through it. Outside, as they've always done, the clouds roll quietly by. Terrific weather. Oh, hello, you. I've got an idea, Dead Ghost. Wouldn't it be fairest if you just let us all lay here, straight through through supper? Though I'm afraid I can't cook much in this state. My arm still won't move. No. I've already given you far more time than is fair. In theory, mini-ruled death should be instant. She shakes her derisive disgust off. So that's it. I die here. Now. Yes. The hell roars on. Well. Go on then. Do your job. That ghost lifts a single chain. I'll allow a word. One final word. No. One final message. You may deliver that message to one passenger of your choosing. I bet she's going to choose healer. I bet she's gonna choose healer for her final word. Would you like to bear witness to your final will? Oh! Okay. Okay. Chef. Chef steps forward. Imp retreats to a shadowy corner of the cabin and lowers the brim of his hat, fangs gritted together tight. Healer gently lifts Pet off of her. His claws stick and come unstuck against the fishery's vest. No. Pet murmurs, half asleep. Let me stay. That ghost turns to Chef with a dulcet metal creak. No replies allowed. Understand? This isn't a conversation. Please listen to her words and relay them to the rest of the passengers as you see fit. Once the fishery has finished speaking, she will die. Can I just say... That ghost bows his big hand. You played a good game, miss. You were fun to fuck with. That's all I can really ask for in a player, you know. Alright, you may speak. Chef holds the fishery's paw and squats at her bedside. Chef. She squeezes his paw, their eyes meet. I think I understand you a little better now. Her voice drops so low, he has to strain his ears to hear the briefly syllable. I've tucked a note into your pocket, and there's a secret crew cabin. It's here. Yeah. Her finger paw traces a small, rough map of the train on his palm. She taps a claw at a certain space between two cabins. Use it if you ever need to hide him. So she was on Healer's side. Chef doesn't cry. He never does. But if he were to ever get close to it, his face might look something like it looks now. She raises her finger and points it to his heart. He can almost see a beam of light connecting them. Her badge flickers. Shaking paws. Again? It's been a tough shift. Listen to me, Chef. This order has no condition. There is no way you can possibly release yourself from this duty. It is an unbreakable command. Do you understand me? Here is my last order, Chef. Forgive her. That is hard to do when she's trying to kill. Chef's eyes do not go wide. He does not go pale. He does not look away. He nods, eyes overflowing with silent emotion. He nods and squeezes her paw in return. It hurts. It hurts so badly. Every time. But he has to let go. He lowers her paw back down to the bed sheets and slips his fingers from her grasp. He returns to Healer's side. Healer holds him. Suit's jaw grinds. He forces himself to look straight forward. Right at the final moment, Imp kicks the door open and storms out of the room, hat held down. I'm gonna kill the monk. I'm gonna find her and kill her. That's not gonna end well for you, Imp. No one follows him. They can hear it in his voice. He can't be in here with all these people watching. Goodbye, Mara. Mara? The ghost slides further and further up the bed until he's hovering directly over the fishery's chest. His eyes flicker and glow with muted pleasure as he stares down past the rippling teal fabric of his cloak. He casts snake eyes. Wow. Rest in peace, the officiary. Knocking on wood. It was no counter, after all. Underneath her satchels of makeup and colored I don't care about you. Her heart stops. Chef casts the universal ability sense status. There are no debuffs on him, but her final order is still in irrevocable effect. He leaves to follow Imp. The officiary strolls down the walkway of the empty docked Empo Express. The sun's shining brilliant and yellow today. Buttery rays of light flood the open cabins. A view of Lockport as seen from the train station fills each window, but it's a particularly foggy, breezy afternoon. All is obscured. She pauses to triple check the doorknob. Yes, this one has been polished too. But it's not quite perfect. She retrieves a kerchief from her pocket and rubs the ghost of a few smudges off the shining brass. The air of in the train is fresh and woodsy. All the doors, from caboose to cockpit, have been flung open to cleanse all the stains of its last voyage. Fine breeze rolls in from the hazy tree line. As she reaches the end of the walkway and comes to the door from which the boarding ramp will eventually be extended, she pauses, looks back at the way she came. A bird is singing somewhere deep inside the upper cabins. She tisks. Damn. I suppose that's the trouble with open doors. She starts down the walkway. But the thought of scaling all those stairs on such a fine Friday as this, it's a horrible thought. And it's supposed to be her lunch now too. She crushes the thoughts out of her mind and strides up the spiral staircase anyway. Here's the songbird. A little finfitch stuck in the ornate black curls of a light fixture, up in a posh planting room, flapping and flopping helplessly. She distangles the poor thing's tail, straightens and smoothens out its ruffled wings. The little fishbird glurps an adorable chirpy thank you in its own fashion and flies from her palm out the window. It heads for the nearest stream or pond it knows of. Hey, boss. The officiary stands once more at the exit of to the boarding pavilion. She has no recollection of ever descending the stairs. Outside the pavilion is a field of white concrete that reflects the enormous energy of the sun. It looks like the tundra at noon. The light blinds her. No, the light blinds her as she shields her eyes with a paw. Miss Becklin never calls from somewhere far off, out by the station, perhaps. You're supposed to be on lunch, you know. The officiary smiles to herself and shakes her hand. She feels happy. Or is she sad? For some reason, it's terribly difficult for her to tell. She hops through the boarding door into the world. Her heels clack into the concrete pavilion. If anyone has been aboard the train at this time, in the cabin opposite this exit, they would have seen her leaving from behind. They would have seen her tight bun come loose as she pulled out her tie and let her hair fall long over her shoulders. White locks tugged and tizzied in the gentle breeze, and they would have seen her pace quicken as she caught sight of Never's white blazoned bowl cot shining happily in the sun, waiting for her. But once she passed a certain point, around the center of the white pavilion, they would not have been able to see her anymore. For she'd have been lost then, in the foggy, golden haze of afternoon. Damn. I can't write a message where the narrator roleplays as different characters. I don't think she's capable of that right now herself. Perhaps she's sipping tea, unbothered by her part in this atrocity. And it is an atrocity, I know. I've been with these characters for 2 years. But that's how the story goes. The plot hungers for souls. Well, thank you for playing. No, really, thank you. Our fiery stewardess, some would argue the most steadfast character in Love Exalt 8372, has departed for her next voyage across the sky. But her passenger live on. Tonight she succeeded in winning Throne of Attrition, and she secured their continued well-being. I'd like to show my appreciation directly. Aww. In her memory, her passengers live on. The boys are safe thanks to her. Art by the wonderful Chensri. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Rest in peace, Miss Fishy. Okay, what? Shove that gas in the head one more time. If you ever catch this goofy ass up there. Okay. 837. Okay. Will we ever get the meaning of this number? Will we ever get the meaning of this number? That's Chef. Oh my god. Stop it. Oh, there's second lamp before the end of the line. Today is an unoccupied mirage. That is detective. How far does it go? No, you tricky fish. How far does it go? Ooh, I barely got it. That's Chef. Okay, how far does it go? Oh my god, that's a fast fish. I got it, surprisingly. Oh my god. Will it ever end? Oh my god. Tank, I miss you. Okay, are we getting close to the end of this? $8372, yes, I get it. Yeah, what is the meaning of this number? Yeah, what is the significance of that number? I initially thought it would maybe be the year, but I guess not, because I think Imp debunked that one. Yeah, can someone tell me? Imp seems to think it wasn't 8372, but 8. Oh my god. Is it a sum then? Or if he's simply psychotic? If it is a sum, this certainly is can't be a zero-sum game in the end. There's a sum in the damn game title. A sum? What? How curious. Well, perhaps we'll learn more about it next update. Or perhaps you'll have to wait for Act 3, Scene 5? They've planned for that many scenes? Death and arrival. That ominous sum. So we never learn how it goes that high. I understand you played a lot of mini games just now. Did you get to the clue at the end and win, or did you lose? I won. Congratulations, my friends. You really damn did it. Next scene's coming in a number of happy months. Of happy months? Thank you for playing. Oh! Abject mitosis. So maybe we will get a trial. Maybe we will get a trial, after all. Okay. 8372. Okay, anyways, so let's do the interludes now, since I haven't done all the interludes. Alright. No! Shit. I misclicked. I'm not gonna spam that fast. Okay, there we go. So let's go with mildew, and the last one. I'll do this one last. At the end of Hazel's life, Jinx cases out the Lucky Spectre. He sits on a bench across the street and watches XP-hungry people enter and disappointed people leave through the legs of the great dead black bear in the middle of the business district. This must be peak time. Impossible. With that many people touching me in that bustling line? No shot, dude. Jinx jots the peak time down in his notebook and returns his focus to the casino. It seems impenetrable. Staff on every floor, cameras everywhere, huge buff common folk bouncers posted up at the entrance. This is insane, even for you, Jinx. Oh, really now? I guess Pets likes to read. Security is too tight to penetrate past the games hall. Forget about the basement. How are you possibly going to save the princess? A chill breeze hits the side of his head. He turns to shield his face with a paw. And there he notices a bizarre, silent stranger downwind. Her cloak blutters in the subtle zephyr. Hello. That is classless. Could this little imp be my hero? Alright. You want to rescue your cellmate? Wait, what? More than anything, sir. That's compatible with my plan. Jinx smooths out a painstakingly scrapbook map of the casino he's about to infiltrate. It took him a week of espionage and theft to put this together. He even got caught once stealing old records of the basement's layout. Had to drop an officer, to escape unidentified. It won't be the first death of necessity. My goal is to sneak into the basement and kill a couple of poets. Their assonance is keeping someone alive, making copies of her. Forever. Jinx's eyes fire up with a passion he's had since childhood. My goal is to free from the cage of forced life the many clones they've made of the unmasked monster girl Exalt Spretzel. I'm here to save the princess. My bleeding and deteriorating princess. Do you know her? Jinx is indignant. I don't need to know someone to feel empathy for them. Why does everybody always ask me that? Like I'm a weirdo for wanting to help someone. She is only a monster. And you'd probably want the XP. A dark, piteous vision of Bubby corpse wells up from the murk of his mental pound. Without the psychotoxic aura, he never actually looked all that scary. He was only ever cute underneath. Splintered skeletons of old boardwalks lean into the sea form, all cast in a permanent fog which extends in pulled patches up through flooded tents of Fakeport to the end of the world. That's the main reason I want to save her. She's a monster. The Dixies imprisoned you too. Don't you wish I swooped in like this for my own reasons, just to randomly save you? More than anything, sir. Hazel is a person, monster or not, just like your cellmates. She's their captive. And we're saving every captive in that big-ass black bear building. Are you with me? Yes. Give me a high five right now. Their palms strike the mark impeccably. I am down for your cause. And I for yours, my friend. As for after I kill the princess, Jinx studies the map's rough electrical system diagram. His impish inclination for scheming is on full blast. Indeed. The casino will black out. Water wheel won't spin without her. He chews a claw. But how do we actually get down there? Into the water wheel apparatus? What water wheel do you speak of? Jinx chews a different claw, swallowed by his passion. The only elevator that leads to the basement is inside the penthouse itself. Which means we'd have to get past the Dixies to use it. The Dixies? Do you think we can stand a chance in a direct fight with the heads of the casino? Nah, man. We might kill one with a bit of luck, but not all six. And we stand zero chance against the chief executive officer. Yeah. Jinx ruminates. He plays with the dagger in his pocket. Hey, tell me more about the prison they put you in. Where was it located in the casino? The girl stiffens. It was... It was mildew. Hallways, bedrooms, grand halls, empty, endless, upside down. Men once swum into the mountain of rolling fog beyond Lastport. The readings they got from his tracked charm shoved that he was trying repeatedly to swim back to them, but that some great force dragged him like a world driver down the slope, out of range of all communication within a few hours. I would rather not speak of it. That must mean it was pretty bad, huh? Well, Jinx pats her knee. Just take your time. Speak of it when you're ready. We'll continue preparations until then. And we'll take it one step at a time, okay? We're in this together. You really are a hero, trying to save the princess. Jinx waves his paw and blushes. Nah. I just try to help the people who need help most. It gives me a weird high, like a rush of personal satisfaction. I'm a freak. Pleasurable or not, you still help Exalt at the risk of your own life. You're gonna be risking your life too, if you're really down for this heist. You sure you don't want to back out? The candle flame flickers. Let's focus on the first step first. The entrance is guarded by bouncers. You know their kit, no? They're best in the game at removing people from a given location. You enter the casino, you're hit with a delayed cast, and when they get the call on their little earpiece, they pop their cast and they boot you out instantly. Not much counterplay. No, that is wrong. Oh? They do not boot you out. They clear you first. They put you deeper inside. They put you in a holding cell. With magazine. What? Jinx twitches a bit. He's still in scheming mode. That's weird, cause, well, that would mean they still remove you from the location, though, so technically, the candlelight washes orange over the map. There is no holding cell or prison indicated anywhere, nor is there any space for one. The time has come to break into the Lucky Spectre. The plan is a go. Jinx and his nameless co-conspirator hit the casino at peak hour. Badges, please. Jinx hands him a low-level dancer badge with a magnet stuck to the back and another one on his chest, hidden under his shirt, to fake the ownership. The bouncer looks at him bug-eyed. What? Jinx indignation. Imps can be religious too, even if we all hate our god. Wait, so does that mean every dancer is religious? Dancer is not about the art of dance, but just serving a god that wants to kill everyone? Whatever. I ain't the big guy, and I know that. You could probably push me over. No, I couldn't. No way. You're huge, man. I ain't taking your rage bait, Impoid. Step aside and behave yourself. That goes for you too, Puny Shed? No funny business on your boat, or your boat gonna blink. Find yourself bounced into the choky. They got magazines, sure. There's no way out from the choky. We're in. Now how do we get in trouble? She walks up and kicks a roulette table over. Oopsie. Chips explode onto the gambling floor, and 8 different paid eyes lock on her and Jinx. They blink, and they are teleported into the holding cell, a quaint conjured waiting room riddled with stiff beige chairs. That oddly looks like the train station. We're in. The cloaked girl pages through a magazine faux casually. Jinx hurries over to one. He pries at some loose boards. His claws ache with the effort. He pops a flimsy board free. Instead of a brick wall, some insulation, there's just a black void. Aha! Here's where the wild space takes over. And the other conjured spaces, like your prison, they should be in here somewhere too. Hey, am I talking to myself? The cloaked girl has retreated to the corner. She can't bring herself to look. Once they climbed out of the holding room and into the darkness, and once they've crawled out for what feels like hours into the void, they can see light. An old mildew-stained mansion corkscrews around them. They see it as if they are inside the walls. They grab a bookshelf and slip into the prison between its books. Everything flies off the shelf as they crash into existence again. This is just what I wanted. The creaking. Again. The floor and walls twist at odd angles. Dulcet wooden creaks echo around them. The place is always shifting, never settled. Jinx presses through hall after hall, preferring stairs that led down, but his companion slackens her pace behind him. He walks backwards to face her. Keep up, we need to get lower. These walls. She trails a gloved paw over the skinny black mildew stains that trickle down from the ceiling. How long have I stared at them? The creaking. Why are they always creaking? Did I ever figure out what they were trying to tell me? No. I was released too soon to hear their final answer. Jinx has stopped at this point. He grabs her by the shoulders. Hey! You're never gonna hear what the walls were trying to tell you, because they aren't talking, they're walls. You're not gonna end up trapped in here again. I'll kill you before that happens. What? Jinx flashes his tiny knife. Got it? Thank you, little rogue. You are a fierce kind. Jinx smirks and skips deeper into hell. The bowels of the diseased mansion unfold around them. It's all non-linear. Stairways lead into blank walls. The smell of meat stains the flowers on the yellow wallpaper. Blech. At one point, they walk into a bedroom that is an exact copy of 6 others they've already seen. Then they walk into a second mansion entirely, which has been flipped upside down. And then, at last, they come to the absolute bottom of the conjured space, right next door to the basement. Where are your cellmates? The girl gasps. It is the first sign of excitement she has ever shown. There! In the safe room. The room that never shifts. Jinx spins to look. In a dank setter-like master bedroom tilted at a noxious off angle, a dozen ruined people laid huddled on the floor. They all have white masks and black cloaks. An off-brown moth-eaten canopy hangs over the stained king mattress. Dressers and drawers have been thrown around in past fists and madness and desperation. All the prisoner look slowly up to Jinx and his friend as if they can hardly dare to believe anymore. They make you all wear this outfit? It is the garb of the punished. We wear it to hide what was done to our bodies. Huh. She spends a while reconnecting. She's sad to hear of those who were taken deeper inside in her absence. She lifts her mask and kisses the snowy foreheads of her cherished broken friends. They swarm her and scold her for being so careless as to even attempt this. She assures them that her attempt will absolutely not fail. Jinx strolls up and extends a paw to the smallest prisoner. Hi, I'm Jinx. That's my noble friend, if you haven't met her already. We're gonna get you guys out of here. She thinks the knife in his pocket might potentially be a snack. She tries to snatch it. Oh no. The prisoner jerks her paw away shyly. Jinx laughs. A thief! Sorry, we won't have any food. Should have brought some. Jinx leans down and pats the cloaked one's little head. Nice try, though. You're tricky. Reminds me of someone I used to know. Jinx and his companion have a hard conversation just outside the master bedroom. Do you not have a plan for this? Back to the holding cell, back through the void. But even the waiting room's still spatially removed from the casino proper. We can't go to non-conjured spaces unless we're at the very bottom. That's the route. That's where they came from. There must be something, some way out. Look, I want to help them just as much as you do. I'm on this mission to save a complete stranger, remember? I'm all down for it. We take them with us, deeper into the casino, into the basement. There must be a way out from there. There's only one. It's the elevator. Then we stuff all 12 of them into the elevator. We storm the penthouse. And from there, well, they can jump from the windows for a chance at surviving the fall. You really think... Yes. She considers the wailing masquerade mildew on the walls. They'll jump, just for a chance. I'll speak no more on the matter. Prying floorboards up from the very bottom of the mansion, Jinx and his companion hop through the floor and fall for a few minutes straight through pitch blackness. Then gravity shifts, and they slide into their backs out through a warbling vortex into the basement of the Grand Casino. Their clothes are drenched in a river of slick cyan blood. Here she is. Here is what has become of the monster girl that chef and healer once called friend. Here is Hazel Spreadzel. She hasn't hasn't always gone by a name of her own choosing. She was once called a lone girl of the Winter Cricket Den, classified personoid. Her spent days in damp, happy darkness. Her swarm brought her food. Her innate mastery of ice and fire repelled all hunters. She was happy in her cave by the still waters of Lake Brevity. But then she had to leave. Whereas most of the last monster were brought up to personhood and noble-hearted detectives, or other classes that boost intelligence, Hazel handled things herself. She adapted and learned how to blend in with regular society through solitary hard work and good studies. She's a lone girl, after all. She'd tell herself that. Now she can't tell herself anything. Her brain has rotted and warped in on itself. My god, this is long. Her eyes, once sparked with the hungry joy of learning a new language, have now melted halfway down her face. Her limbs are over-numerous and emaciated. And there are so many of her. This is all happening at the soft-spoken word of the poets, who stand high above her written mass of bodies, reciting their unanimous duplication spell from the pages of 6 black books. And at the bottom of it all, past the grinder, where the meat of the Hazel mass is sundered and broken, a water wheel spins indefinitely. Bah! Hazel holds her deformed paw out and tries to touch Jinx. He grasps it. It is the first outside contact that she or any of her infinitely churning clothes has ever known. Jinx closes his eyes. I can't understand you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Hazel. I'll save you. Jinx sneaks up behind one of the 6 poets and slits his throat. Heavens, who? As he dies, a sixth of the Hazels, those of his own assonance, fade from existence. Call the boss. What your pussy's doing? Get him! He's a little twerp imp. 2 poets backstep and recite an attack poem from their slender black books. Bleh. The silent, cloaked girl appears behind them and half Nelsons them both around the face, 1 arm each. Their mouths are shut. No rhymes escape. Her own knife, provided by Jinx, finds their hearts. The burliest poet charges at Jinx, who twirls him aside like a baited bull. Oop! Watch your step! And through an incredibly bad swing of luck, he trips and clotheslines himself over the railing. He plummets into the Hazel pit, and his anguished howl is muffled by the meat flood of his own creation. What? Another chunk of Hazels disappear. A certainty that the fall broke his neck. There's just 1 poet left. She cowers in the corner. Tiny white cricket flickers around her pale, terrified face. The last of the Hazels, her flock, have been disturbed. The weak abilities they have left are firing as hard as they can. Jubilation. Sorry. Jink frowns. But you gotta go too. He lifts his dagger. It is stolen from his paw. His cloaked companion steps up and stabs the last poet to death herself. Jinx leaves as the knife sinks into her chest over and over, a fatal wound for each year of the captivity she had no part in. The cloak pulls off her kill, breathing hot, but all but one Exalt has disappeared. I must get the others. Jinx has already leapt down into the Exalt pit. He wades through cyan up to his waist. There's one more copy, or is it the original Exalt? The floating face up in the lake of her own blood. It's not the original. She lifts a fading arm, and all 7 of her fingers hang slack. Jinx takes her paw and squeezes it. Meh, yee. Wait, what? I don't get it. Those are the gods and the archetypes, I think. There we go. My hero. The pressure of her own, paw dwindles to nothing. Jinx's claw tips close softly on his own empty palm. She melts with a broken, lopsided smile into the bliss of non-existence. With her caster dead, the game has failed to recognize her as a valid element. The river of blood runs dry. The water wheel churns to a stop. Healer is now the last monster left alive. Huh. A crackly voice splits the PA system open. Welcome, intruders, to my house of What? Dead ghost? The cloak returns. Her fellow prisoners hobble behind her. Please step into the elevator before the power goes out. I'd like to meet you both. Jinx and the prisoners burst into the penthouse, flooding in a panic from the elevator doors. Right as it stops, the power clacks off. Some cloaks really do just sprint to the windows and jump through with a smash. Others go for the grand double doors to the hallway. Others just fall and weep on the carpet, and their gloved paws clutch the first fabric they've seen in years that isn't soaked in mildew. 3 Dixie stands before the pair. Nah! Hello, you again. And you. Well, sit down. Abattoir gestures to a knocked-over chair. I'm not going to pick it up for you. Jinx and his companion remain standing. Why aren't you trying to kill us? Too frightened to even try? Oh, were you under the impression that you were on a suicide mission? The analyst uses an unknown ability. You were. You're both silly. Were you, where did you get the impression that we were going to kill you? Have you not seen the sordid lengths to which we've gone? The prison. Without blinking, Jinx swings an arm around and plunges his dagger into his companion's throat. What? Thank you, fierce one. Oh yeah, right. Whoa. Was that betrayal? Jinx does not leave the lucky specter that evening. He stays for several months. Horrible, esoteric things are done to him which I will not explain in detail. These things are the whims and the curiosities of Dead Ghost's mind. It gets to the point where any pain response at all triggers an echoed hallucination of his greasy data crunch laughter. The effects of these violations on his brain and body are irreversible. I will only say this. His gender, name, height, weight, badge, and species were confounded. He was the subject of an experiment focused on unraveling the rules of the game itself. What you can't do with a badge, and what you can do. Process destroyed parts of his identity as recognized by the game. Damn. And of course, yeah. It was a fine feast. She learned a lot about a little imp named Muse. She couldn't finish her plate though. It felt more satisfying for her to leave the ghost of a lost lover in Jinx's brain as a tip for the chef. Memories of love taste the best after all. After they were done with their plaything, the Platinum Dixies simply let Noel go. I urge you to seek revenge. You've taught us many fascinating lessons about the world. You're welcome to come back and kill me anytime. Me too. Sorry, but about all that stuff I did to your soul, Jinx. Jinx is mute, broken, unbearable to see. Their flesh is a patchwork of different species. The majority of it is smooth, chocolate dark rodentine fur. Look at his dope ass buck teeth, Abby. Dude's got chompers now. So sick. I won't stoop to look. Did you see how I made his form into a mishmash of different shit? Yeah, I'm now doing the intermissions. We need to get you a new hobby, my silly friend. Like what? I should tell you before we part for now, Jinx. We've prepared a goodbye gift for you. Like I said, kill me anytime. She leaves abruptly, on her own personal accord. Here's your gift, old friend. That Ghost throws him a cloak and a mask. They flutter to rest on his unmoving body. For your next visit to the mansion. See you then. Farewell, ma'am. Okay. You can stop that ghost. Ha ha. I mean, to be honest, I kinda called it. Noel trudges through the snow. I will. Nudges through. Yeah. I will kill. I will start with. Noel camps in the shadowed trees behind the train station. I will kill them all. And I will start with him. Noel considers their own gloved palm. She opens them. He closes them. They curl into wrathful, tight fists. She thinks only of the ghost. He gets up. They stride into the snowbank. He lifts a boot. He plunges it down. Their quest for revenge has begun. Damn, okay, that was dark. How about the other one? Even though it's about Guardian, and I kind of don't want to care about Guardian, but whatever. I'm still curious. Yeah. Okay, so what happens with Guardian? I don't really care about Guardian, but with Exalt dead for years now, night falls over Lockport's smallest junkyard. Another night alone. God, I don't miss you. Guardian sits with a glass of warm scotch. The drinking got pretty bad this month. About half a bottle every night, up from a quarter bottle. She'll clean herself up soon. The scrappers haven't been able to tolerate the drunken screaming fits she calls haggling. They've taken their business elsewhere, but they'll come back when she gets a hold on herself. The walls are rotting around her. She'll fix that soon too. The shack house will collapse and bury her in her armchair unless she fixes that soon. She sighs and sways over to the grimy window, scotch in paw. Finger swipes the blinds open. She peeps at her only neighbor's window. It's a pale square of yellow in the night. No movement yet. Outside, the junkyard blossoms with spring. Twilight pippin flowers have pushed their stalks up through the wreckage. The rapids of the greater river Brevity rumble by in the distance. If she had eyes for anything but the expectation of a silhouette in her far neighbor's window, she might have turned her head to see the white, misty rush of the great waterfall, the mouth of the river, thousands of feet wide and many miles above her, up at the core of the hollow summit, where she might have seen the tiny thing about to fall from its precipice. Oh, movement in the window. A set of massive, jerky spider legs ferry a humanoid torso across the square of yellow light. Guardian shivers. Now she wants to look away. She looks up to the waterfall, and there she sees a tiny glimmer soaring, tumbling down into the throes of the raging river. The thing has fallen. A star. 1 year later. Spring cleaning. Living up. She claps. Ooh ah. Let's see what you can do, little robot. Try and detach a few ribs from that dead airship. They are loose. Wouldn't you want to snap off and crash our little shack of a house, Okay. Mimi wraps her heavy metal mitts around a beam of steel 20 times her size and wiggles it free from the muck. My god. With Guardian, Mimi learns to sew her own raincoat, sort junk, and talk to customers politely. She learns that seasons pass, and not everyone can be trusted, and that life is usually pretty much okay. One day, Guardian sits Mimi down in the den. The fire crackles carefully beside her, lighting her face from underneath. You're ready, little star? I am. Inside voice. Remember what we practiced. I am. You are. Okay, I will not go too far, I think. Only to the edge of the river. Good girl. Have fun on your little adventure. And, oh, pick some pipins, if you spot any. It's the season. Guardian claps her hands together and sighs. Ah, I can't express how anxious I am for you. But this is a necessary step. First to the river, then all the way to Logport proper, running our little errands, then I might even go to Greenport to see the pretty flowers. Guardian winces. Not that far, I hope. Mimi roams farther than she's ever been allowed to roam. She comes across the great dead mansion of their unknown neighbors. She've heard her mom talk about the massive she-spider that lurks inside. The house is silent, no movement in any window. Also, Mimi's glasses are still broken, where it shouldn't be broken now. I'm ready. Emboldened by her new permissions, she clunks cautiously up to the front step and peeks into the ominous darkness. No chairs, no table. Their dining room is more just a room. In the dust on the floor, there's a bunch of strange tracks. Tiny pointy footprints. Those must be the spiders. But there's a little set of hard-edged boot-shaped tracks that look exactly her own size. Is there another automaton in here too? The hottest class type. Healer. Red flag. I call that bullshit. Denser should be in first place. Also, another bullshit. Officiary is not a red flag. At least the officiary that we know is not a red flag. Oh my gosh. She could be my friend. Someone to play with. The door shunts open gracelessly. A single metal spider leg extends onto the porch. Mimi is frozen in fear. I kind of find funny the text. I know I know not all the spurts are done. I can disregard that, but I just kind of find that funny. Oh. Hello, little one. Ah. Mimi vaults over the porch railing and sprints to the riverside and back without stopping to grab a single flower. She could have sprinted straight home, but she still wanted to exercise her full range of freedom first. Catherine smiles and slips back inside. After she leaves a little mud-smudged bushel of flowers outside her door. I cannot come. I am... Shh. It's all fine. You're safe at home now. Guardian told the scrappers to wait outside when Mimi returned in a ceaseless fit of fear. Even now, Mimi still can't calm down. All that Guardian can do is hold her, right here on the living room floor, and pet her head, and tell her repeatedly that everything is going to be okay. Get away from me, darling. Leave, quickly, Mom. Terrified of the little riverbed robot, Guardian backs off to the kitchen. Mimi opens her mouth. Oh, she's going to do Paris song. One of the scrappers opted to lean on the porch while they waited for the drunk weirdo Sabretooth to come back out. Now he turns to peer in the window. Who's singing in there? Yep, it's Parish Song. Mimi is using Parish Song. Even after the bodies have been cleaned up, the other one had to go too. In case he talked, Mimi still can't calm down. Another song is fit to spill from her when Guardian pulls the plug. It takes through a thorough dismantlement to get Mimi to finally boot up safe again, and when she does, where am I? Guardian collapses over her in a heap of sobbing warmth. Oh, my little falling star. Can't you see? You're home. And who are you? Guardian counts coins. There's plenty, but they just aren't worth as much as they once were. It's been 6 years since the boom, and no one has any food, coins, XP, or trust left to give. The scrappers have stopped coming. There used to be a small profit to be made from the busted up antiques and machine parts, but then not anymore. Now people want PvP, or they want to hunt the rumors of the last monster, or they still want sucketed myths, same as the old days. But they sure don't want Guardian's useless junk. Do we have enough for a ticket to Greenport, Mom? About 1/10 of the way there, sweetheart. She palms Mimi hat head playfully, wiggling it around. But don't you worry about money. That's a mother's worry. Mom! Mother's Day. Mimi rushes into the shack with about as many foot clunks as a bag of balls bearing drop down the stairs. She bursts into the kitchen. Look what I got us. Oh, what is it? Mimi holds out her gift. A single ticket to Greenport. Look! Now we can go. We can get out of this cruddy junkyard and go where all the flowers are. Guardian smiles sadly. Oh, sweetheart. We need 2 tickets, not just 1. It's very nice, thank you very much. We'll save up a little more money and leave within a month or 2, okay? Guardian kisses her on both sides of her beaming face. Okay. Then a thought occurs to Guardian. It announces itself loud and sudden, like a thorn in her work gloves. Where did you get the money for that ticket, Star? Oh, a nice company guy gave me a bunch of coins. All I had to do was answer a million freaking questions about the junkyard, and then he gave me free money. They've saved up for a full year when the shack finally collapses. All the money goes to repairs. Not so much for the house itself, but for its electrical wiring. Guardian keeps the severity of this setback a secret from Mimi. Just a little longer, darling. Just a few more months. The night that the repairs are finished, she plugs Mimi into the wall and heads up to the window again. Her paw feels empty without a glass of scotch. She's just got enough coins for this single bottle. It wouldn't take long to get it either. Just a 30-minute walk to get to the liquor store. She might as well. What do a few coins matter anyway? She's already basically at 0. Her mind, long somber, rationalizes and rationalizes. Here's why it's fine. Here's why you've earned it. You've been going through a lot recently. You killed a man. What? 2 men, actually. There's one of the best reasons to drink. You'll be fine. It's just 1 glass. Think about how someone is approaching the shack. In the dead of the night. They must be here to kill me. Friends of the slaughtered scrappers. Oh, I got all the lore bits. Last Flintfish was a little gay one. When he was younger, he got stuck in this very train, and surely he would have died then. But he was freed. Instead, death came for him after a long life, while he waited peacefully in the muted tugging pressure of the currents at the bottom of Lake Brevity. Time to pay up, Chains. Your death is overdue. But no, it's not a scrapper. It's a businesswoman. She's short, white hair, black suit, face shadowed. What are you doing here, by the way? Guardian's never seen her before, and she'll never see her again after tonight. A polite, insistent knock on the front door. Guardian opens it a crack, careful to not enter the stranger's eyeline. Who are you? A wealthy little teddy bear. Chains McGee, I presume. Can I help you? No, but I can help you. This is not how one should open a conversation with Guardian. Oh, I doubt that. Help usually comes in the morning, or on a happy afternoon. You know what comes at night? Trouble. She tries to close the door. I know about the automaton you've taken in. She's here for Mimi. Of course. Well, she won't get her. Guardian prepares to cast wall. Leave this place now or there'll be violence. I can get you two to safety. I don't ask much in return. Out of the goodness of your heart, Remove yourself from my porch. Final warning. Open the door, and we can talk about when I will leave. Guardian swings it open and transfers the momentum into her horizontal cast of wall. In an instant, the little smiling panda bear is decapitated. We know that this won't work on her. A bot wall crumbles to the ground. Her head rolls down the porch steps and thuds into the mud. But she will come back. I told you, you poor panda. I literally told you. This was so unnecessary. My porch. My lovely porch. Now I've got a third body to bury. Guardian discards a breath and lifts the corpse up easily. She throws the panda over her shoulder. Put me down. Yeah, I fucking called it. We fucking know. Guardian screams and drops the corpse. No, not a corpse. The panda is back, fully healthy, without so much as the ghost of a wound on her perfectly smooth throat. Her decapitated head no longer exists. In fact, it was never that word. There's not even a crater in the mud. How? What class? As I was saying... Abattoir picks herself up and straightens her tie, and she holds up two tickets for her last port. Tickets for the Empo Express. I can get you and your daughter to safety. Have you been... Hold on. Okay, never mind. Have you heard of the island? The island that lies far beyond the last port? Beyond the last inch of the observable world's slope? They call it the final island, or the island that no one ever leaves because it's so... Guardian silences her with a shaky raised paw. We're we're fine to stay there. Just did some renovation, in fact. We want nothing to do with you or your miserable island. Is that so? Abattoirs lowers her head. Her eyes fall into shadow, but they are still wide open. My information indicates that the scrappers you killed last year will be avenged soon. The information your daughter Mimi shared with my underling was quite sensitive, and she speaks quite loudly. There is no guarantee she was not overheard by the wrong people. Guardian takes the tickets. Why? Why are you doing this to us? Sensors pinged this junkyard as a precious mineral deposit. She lies. And it's in my company's best interest to vacate all who live here, such that we may stake out a drill site. Are the tickets enough, Miss McGee? Or would a tidy supplement be in order? The little panda tucks a bag of coins into Guardian's palm. By the weight of it, there's hundreds of chunky gold pieces inside. A bot throws a few more bags of pure gold through the open doorway. They land with a thick metallic crunch. Here, a second, a third. This is all I brought for tonight. But I can bring more. No. Guardian glances at the fat, overflowing sacks of gold on her living room floor. No, I'll take the deal. You can snap at anyone that deserves it, but you cannot snap at this person. Hold it in. Accept the money, board the train. Keep your head down. And perhaps, if she is merciful, your shining star will remain with... I know that's the right choice for you. You and your daughter will vacate the premises and board that train in 1 week. You will leave the deed to the junkyard, fitted with your signature, on that pathetic little DIY table over there. Abattoir turns her back. She throws a paw up by way of farewell and strolls off into the diseased purple twilight. But something irks her. She isn't perfect. She has a temper, and it's triggered by the strangest things. A little half-assed table, for example. You know, if you want to make a table, you should make a real goddamn table. If you're going to build something, build something. Put yourself into it. Ah, but I suppose there's the liquor. Ha! Catherine rubs her spider legs with a coat of polish as she peeps at the neighbors through her window. The saber-tooth and the little one leave, bags in hand, for the train station. A healthy pink light has now filled Mimi's eyes, and she's better socialized than ever. A beautiful brand new locket rests on her chest, and her goggles have been repaired. Oh, okay, I see now. Yeah, okay, now it's repaired. Now it makes sense. How sad, Juno. You lived next to someone for years and years. The next thing you know, they're gone. I suppose I should have left the house a bit more often. Or perhaps I should never have left a... What is that sentence? Alright, we're finally done. So let's check the intermission. Interlude. Yeah, we're done. All right. Oh, there we go. And so with this, I call it, well, we're done with the current update. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Take care.